Today is Makar Sankranti, Makara meaning winter time or time when the sun is at the lowest in the Northern Hemisphere. Sankranti suggests movement. We have moved from one phase on this planet to the next phase. This is Makara Sankranti. This means our relationship with the sun, which is the very source of our life on this planet, is changing. When I say relationship with the sun is changing, people who live in Mumbai, in Delhi and in all the big cities and in many parts of the country are right now fearing the summer, the heat, the lack of water, maybe the power cuts and many other inconveniences that happen to you. You must understand, right now we begin to rule the very source of our life with this. From a leaf, a plant, a tree, to insect, worm, man, woman, child, every other creature on this planet is solar-powered. Sun is the basis of our existence. But we are fearing this because when the sun begins to go in full glory, we don't have a tree to sit under. We have ripped this country apart. In our quest for whatever, essentially it is just ignorance that we have done this. It is time we put back. When the sun comes up, should your children not have a tree to sit under or climb upon? Should there not be enough vegetation, enough water in the land? So this Makar Sankranti, I want all of you to take this up in your life in whatever capacity you can do, that we must become competent enough. The future generations in this country should become competent enough to joyfully welcome the summer. This is only possible if we create a conducive atmosphere in nature where the land is rich with vegetation, water resource and the soil is rich to hold the water. Only then we can truly, genuinely celebrate Makar Sankranti. All the best for you on this Makar Sankranti. Sun is anyway going to come. You are up to handling it or not is the only question. Let's make this happen.
Namaskaram everyone and Happy New Year to all of you. I know my New Year is late, but due to some unavoidable circumstance as my mother was not well, I could not post any video. But yeah, now everything is okay and I will be regular from now onwards. So let's start our video. So we already listened to Sadhguru what he said. Now we are now at the threshold of Uttarayana, which is a period of harvest. The sun's run in relation to the planet Earth will shift from the southern run on the northern run, that is from Dakshinayana to Uttarayana. It is not that the sun is moving anywhere. What is happening in terms of celestial arrangement is that on the winter solstice, that is on December 21st, the sun was on the Tropic of Capricorn, and from that day onwards, if you are keen enough to watch the sun rays, you will watch that the sunrise and the movement of the sun slowly and every day is shifting towards the north. Now why is Uttarayana so much significant and why am I talking about it today? So let's see a little more. You might have heard about Bhishma Pitama, right? Who was waiting on his deathbed of arrows for many weeks to leave his body. Though he was severely injured, he held on his life until Uttarayana came because he wanted to make use of this transition in nature to make his own transition possible. If you know, then Gautama also attained on the third full moon day after Uttarayana. And in South India, there are very examples of innumerable saints, sages, siddhas and yogis who have made the transition during this period. Now people who have been spiritually aware have always identified the transition as a possibility of human consciousness to blossom. Particularly the first half of Uttarayana, that is until the equinox in March, is a period where maximum amount of grace is available, and that is why I am talking it about today. The human system is more receptive to grace at this time than any other time. Now history clearly indicates that maximum number of people have attained in this phase of sun in the northern hemisphere. Now during the southern run, what is below the anahata will be purified very easily. During the northern run, what is above the anahata can be worked much more easily. That is why in terms of sadhana, Dakshinayana is very much used for purification, whereas Uttarayana is for enlightenment. This is a period of receptivity, of grace and enlightenment, of attainment of the ultimate. This is the time to harvest, and it is also the reason that agriculture harvest begin during this period. That is Pongal or Makar Sankranti, which is a harvest festival. So it is not only of the time of harvesting food grains, but also the time to harvest human potential. So now coming up to the end, at the beginning of Uttarayana, Sadhguru have already set up a certain opportunity for every one of us to become more consciously receptive to grace. There is 21-day sadhana for ladies which has already started in the beginning of January and will continue up till Dhanya Purnami, which is known as Thaipusam in Tamil Nadu. That will be on 26th January. Now this sadhana is being given out to people whoever are interested in the online mode as well as in-person mode. Now there is also 42-day sadhana for men which will begin 42 days prior to Mahashivratri. Now human body, if brought to a certain level of sensitivity and intensity, it is the cosmos itself. Everything that happens externally in a subtle way also manifests in the body. It is happening to every one of us. It is just that most of us do not notice it. But a more organized and purposeful rearrangement of human mechanism could be done if one becomes conscious to the external movement and aligns that with the movement that is happening within the human system. So if you want the body of flesh and bone to imbibe the nature of the cosmic body, understanding and being in tune with this movement of Uttarayana and Dakshinayana is very essential. Now registration for 21 days sadhana for ladies have already begun, and if you haven't registered, I will give you the link in the description. If you want, just visit the site, go and click on the registration. The registration fee is very minimal. It is less than 150 and is affordable than every one of us. So just go, click the link in the description and register for the sadhana and be available to the grace of Uttarayana. So now, hope you loved the video and enjoyed it and found it meaningful. If yes, do not forget to give it a like, share and subscribe. As there was a huge gap, we really want a support from you people. So up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy and namaskaram.